Hey folks, and welcome to part 7 of the River City Girls playthrough. In the last part, we pretty much taken care of Bobo, and now this part's gonna be a little weird um, because I'm not really gonna be facing noise in this part. I'm just gonna be doing quests, fetch quests, and I'm gonna be building myself up for her so I can take her down and the final boss down with no problems, because noise is the and this is not counting anything in particular, but noise is the second to the last boss, so we need to go ahead and get ready for her. I'm gonna be also finding any of these Sabo statues that I missed, so I'm going to be actually showing you folks where that at and where you can locate them. So that way, by the time we get to the end game here, you folks, if you've been following this playthrough, you'll already have all the necessary Sabo statues that you need, so you won't have to backtrack to, eventually, you'll have to backtrack them to get them again unless you want the, standard, ending. So we're going to be doing this to go ahead and try to get the secret ending out of the way, for the folks who looking forward to actually watching that. So we're going to be hunting for all the Sabos. I'm using a guide to hunt all the Sabos. If you want, is an easy guide out there that shows you all the locations of the Sabo statues, what I've been using to complete this game with. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that on top of quests and stuff. Just like I said, just trying to build myself up so I can be ready. So I won't fail as much as I did on my first playthrough. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing this part. No really major story elements, not yet anyway. So yeah, anyway folks, I do thank you folks for watching. um, it's been a crazy week for me. Just, I'm playing more Streets of Rage 4, trying to get in all the stuff that, that game has a lot of secrets in it. Well, not really secrets, but just like achievements. I never really 100% a game before, like, trophy-wise. I never really 100% a game before. Um, I'm not really trying to 100% Streets of Rage, but I'm trying to get close, because the game that I've almost 100%, or I think I did 100%, I'm not sure, I have to go back and look, was Sonic Generations. I played the crap out of that game, trying to get whatever necessary trophy that I needed to get. And that game was just tons of fun. I don't know what they're planning on doing for the 30th Sonic event, not Sonic Adventure, Sonic celebration. I just keep seeing tweets about it, so hopefully it's something big. We'll just see what they're going to be doing, as we get more news or whatnot. Anyway, folks, I hope you are enjoying your day. Me, I'm kind of, chilling, doing this commentary for you folks. Anyway, I see, I don't know if you folks really watch Twitch, a lot. I know most of you know what Twitch is, but I've been watching Twitch a lot lately, and I was watching this guy, I forgot his name. He was doing a, I don't, he was doing a, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. He was doing a Super Mario 64 speed through. It looked like a hack version of the game. When I eventually get to the Super Mario playthrough, because I am going to do that, I'm going to be tackling that, and the co-host is going to be doing Sunshine, hopefully, whenever we eventually get to there. I have to do, before I even tackle Super Mario 64, I have to get into Yoshi's Island. But my thing is, I want to do a hack version of Yoshi's Island, so I have to, I've been looking for one. I haven't had any success so far on the one I want to pick, but when I eventually get to Yoshi's Island, I can start going into the hack territory of Super Mario 64, because, that's the next game after that within the series. So hopefully I'll be, able to get into the hat variation of Super Mario 64. I don't know which version I'm going to be playing, but anyway, I was watching a guy. He was speed running a Super Mario hat version, and it looked kind of interesting, even though he was going too fast in the game for me to really take on the scenery, because I was only watching a few minutes of the guy. But what I was looking at, I was impressed. They can do a lot of stuff as far as the Super Mario 64 community. There are a lot of hack games. Some of them are troll worthy and some of them are actually pretty fantastic of what I've seen so far. There is a Super Mario Land 64 hack that I've been seeing a lot of. You folks may know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm going to be tackling that. It looks interesting, don't get me wrong, so I may or may not tackle it. We'll see. Of course, I'm gonna have to get some practice in with it, but you know, that's not gonna take very long. I am pretty good at Super Mario 64, but I'm not like super good, but I'm good enough to, you know, where I can practice it, get some practice in, and then eventually record footage for it. Because sometimes if it's a game that I'm unsure of, and there's our game over screen anyway, I told you folks that, you know, if you get a game over, you start over in the area that you last died in. So pretty much getting a game over is no biggie except for you lose your money. But that's the only pretty consequences of it. But anyway, that's why I pretty much left that in there. But anyway, yeah, so the Super Mario, I've always practiced, or at least tried to practice, a game that I'm unfamiliar with, so I won't look like a total noob. But if I'm confident enough in the game, even if I'm starting off it, playing it for the first time, I may record it. Such examples is with Freedom Planet. Freedom Planet was a blind playthrough, folks. I didn't know any idea what I was getting myself into when I recorded that game for you folks. I just went into it blindly and hoped for the best. And I think that playthrough came out pretty alright, if not a little monotonous and boring, because I was running out of stuff to talk to or talk about within that game, kind of like how I'm doing here. But, you know, when we get into more of the interesting stuff, because this part is nothing but, you know, grinding, then we'll have something more interesting to talk about. But for this part, it's pretty much just grinding and doing a little bit of fetch quest. You'll see what I mean by that as we go further along the part here. But yeah, that's mostly what we'll be doing for this part. Why I decided to leave it in, because of the Sabu statues. That's really the only reason why I decided to leave it in. What I should have done was maybe a supercut version, you know, just show where all the Sabu statues is, and maybe put a little title card down showing the location of each. But you know what, when I was recording this, I wasn't thinking, so you know, it is what it is in the end. Anyway, just to switch topics a little bit, because this part is quite lengthy. There was something that dropped a few days ago. I got it on my Twitter feed. Was actually the I don't know if you folks play Mortal Kombat 11. I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game since Mortal Kombat 9. I played a little bit of X, but you know, it's not enough to, you know, rave about. So the last time I like fully enjoyed a Mortal Kombat game was Mortal Kombat 9. So when it came to Mortal Kombat X and 11, I just watched the cutscenes on YouTube. You know, I'm pretty sure most of you who aren't interested in fighting games, but you know, like the story, probably did the same thing as well. But anyway, they just came out with a Mortal Kombat Aftermath, which is, I guess, the game's DLC, and it's kind of interesting because it looks like it's continuing the story from, you know, when you beat the game story modes campaign, and it looks interesting. They introducing three characters, which is Shiva, Fujin, who really hasn't been playable since Armageddon, if you really want to count that, but you know, he was first introduced in Mortal Kombat 4. And you got you know, RoboCop. I wasn't expecting RoboCop at all. I'm really not excited for RoboCop. He was just like and I think this is this is most people's reaction. He's just like a what the hell character to include into the series. But this is Godai once again. He wants us to do something. Told you I'll be handling some fetch quests as well. So yeah, RoboCop was like, what the heck? Now you can have, you can always recreate that RoboCop versus Terminator, which they do have a comic on, and they have a death battle on that too. I don't know if you folks watch Death Battle or not. It's pretty interesting. If you don't know what Death Battle is, it's pretty much a what-if scenario if characters from different universes faced off against each other. And Godai is creepy as hell. He just descended back into he just descended back into the dumpster. That was kind of creepy. But anyway, yeah, it's a bunch of what-if battles. It's pretty interesting. The only reason I really watch it is because of the facts. They break down the character completely, like the history and whatnot. So, if you was ever interested about like what kind of powers and abilities that the characters have, they pretty much break it down for you. Some of it I knew and some of it I didn't know. So it's always interesting to see what you don't know. But anyway, we are destroying these fancy cars as requested by Godai, because he don't like, fancy cars shouldn't be in the neighborhood or whatnot. I guess to each their own opinion. But yeah, these Terminator looking robots, they're kind of tough to take down because they take numerous hits to bring them down, and when they hit, they pack a punch when they do so. But if you recruit them, it's always good to have them on your team, but that's kind of like up to you if you want to do that or not. But yeah, these guys, they're tough, but and they like, I don't know if I've explained this before. I may not have, but I'll just go over it again, just a reminder. The tougher enemies, they are worth taking down because they do issue out more money. So if you find yourself, low on money, you can either do quests or you can go around beating up enemies, the tougher enemies, and they'll issue out more money for you. So money should never be an issue within this game anyway. There's always multiple ways to earn it. If you haven't done all the quests, go ahead and do that. Not only will you level up like I just did, you'll be able to, cap out on money. I don't know what the max money in this game is. It's probably, the 999 or whatnot. So, yeah, if you ever find yourself just low on cash, just go around beating up everybody. But, you'll have more. That was a zombie version of an enemy, by the way. If you ever find yourself just like, money should never be an issue when it comes to completing this game anyway, because the only reason you're really spending money on anything is, to buy items, because, there's no auto heal or whatever, and to buy like accessories to make yourself stronger. That is the only thing you're really spending money on when it comes to playing this game. Anyway, folks, have been explaining before, I've been playing plenty of Streets of Rage and GTA Online to last for a lifetime. No, I'm just kidding. I've just been playing a lot of those. As we just destroyed more fancy cars with two guys inside looking at us like, what the hell did you just do to our car? Their expressions never do change, by the way, folks. They're just in disbelief, of course. I'll be more pissed off than angry that I had somebody just destroy my car, especially a nice car like that one. But anyway, folks, yeah, I've just been playing a lot of Streets of Rage. Folks, actually, I've been thinking about since the video, I've been uploading maybe 1 or 2 a week just to give myself time to record more, because now I've added an additional playthrough on the side of River City Girls and Spark the Electric Jester. I now have Steven Universe in the background, in the back burner, ready to go for you guys as well. So if you haven't watched Steven Universe, finish this video and then go watch that. Part 1 is available to watch now. I got a lot of stuff planned for you folks, so I'm just trying to get it out as much as I can. Even though I'm able to get maybe 1 or 2 videos out per week, you know, I'm just overloading myself for you folks, but I think it's worth it, so I don't really see an issue, you know, as far as putting out this much content for you folks, even though the amount of content is not how I used to have it, because, you know, it's easier doing it live, recording, you know, putting out more content because you already have it edited and ready to go, than to do, you know, commentary, do the gameplay, then commentary, you know, then the editing, you know, that takes time. So for you folks that have been patient, I do thank you for doing so. I'm just trying to get a lot out for you folks at one time. And I'm kind of overworking myself doing it, but, you know, it is what it is. It's no problem for me. But, anyway, yeah, I've been playing, that, not only that, but, I've just been having a lot of, you know, playing stuff for you folks. I don't know the next game. You folks know I don't have the next game ready to go for you folks, but, you know, I just wanted to get that out of the way for you folks. As far as like playthroughs and stuff, just have Steven Universe ready to go. I'm trying not to push myself further than I need to, but I may have another game uploading soon. I may or might not do it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it at this point in time. Should I really have 4 playthroughs going up at the same time? 3's really pushing it. So 4, you know, 4 may be just overload. So I might just leave that on the back burner until one of these playthroughs finish, you know, playing out. Whichever one goes first, you know, it'll be replaced by possibly another playthrough. So you folks look forward to that, whatever it is I have planned, because Steven Universe at this point, you know, I got all the footage recorded and I'm just waiting to commentate over it and edit out whatever I need to edit out. So that's ready to go for you folks. As well, you folks already know that this playthrough in Sparkster is done. I just need to edit the footage over it, and I need to commentate over it. So those footages are ready to go for you folks. I just have to do, you know, the necessary YouTube stuff to have this available for you folks. So just give me some more time and I'll have it, you know, ready to rock and roll for you. I don't know if I would ever do, you know, this format again, so I guess I'm kind of taking advantage while I got the opportunity to do so. You know, because of the situation I'm going through, I'm having a little more time to do stuff that I want, and I don't know, you know, if I'm going to be able to do this within the future or not. Hopefully I will be, you know, I'll be able to give you folks more content, but, you know, at the same time, I got to think of, you know, my brain and how my brain processes stuff. You know, do I want to give you guys more parts? You know, if that means settling on one playthrough, or give you guys multiple parts, you know, settling on less videos being put up. You know, that's something for me to consider in the future. I don't know, I may or may not do it, but yeah, finally folks, we are pretty much kind of done with side quests at the moment. We're gonna be actually getting to how to get to Noise now, but that's gonna be in the next part, you know, actually tracking her down and see how to actually get to her. But in the meantime, taking care of these chicks who are a little relentless right now. They're not letting me up, but you know, it's all eventually good, you know. There is I was trying to figure out a way to get to a Sabo statue because it's around this area somewhere. I just gotta figure out exactly how to get to it. But these chicks right here, they was flooding me the first time I got in this area. I remember being a little overwhelmed because I was like, holy crap, they are not letting up. But you know what, it's all good. There is a few Sabo statues around here that I'm going to be showing off eventually, so whenever we get to that, I'll be able to, you know, point it out for you, and you'll be able to collect. Or you can go and use a online guide. You know, it's all the same. You know, it's either or on that part. You know, you can either watch this video to find out where they are, or you can pretty much go online and use a guide. That's what I did in order to in order to find these Sabo statues for you folks. Now, if you don't really care about the secret ending, you can skip collecting the Sabos and just play the game for the first time like I kind of did. But I eventually went back to collect the Sabos because I kind of wanted to know what that secret ending was without searching on YouTube to exactly find out, what it was. Spoiling it for myself. I didn't want to do that, so I went to, to find the guide for the Sabo statue so I can be kind of surprised on the ending. But we'll talk more on the ending when we actually get to see it. In case you folks didn't know, or you haven't been paying attention, I am going for the secrets. That's why we've been collecting these Sabo statues. Anyway, before we end the part here, Godai wants us to do one last mission. Well, it's not his last mission, but he wants us to take down this jock that's one hit, but we'll get to that in the next part. So you folks enjoy your day, have a good one, and take care. See ya.